Every morning, long before the sun rose over the sleepy hills of Vermont, Tom Simmons would step out into the cold with his boots laced, his coat zipped, and his heart steady. In his arms, wrapped in a thick blanket and layers of warmth, was his wife, Mary. The two had lived in that same cottage by the river for over 30 years. It wasn't fancy, just a wooden home with creaky floors, hand-built furniture, and the kind of silence that only deep love could fill. Years ago, Mary was the more active one. She tended the garden, baked pies from scratch, and could hike longer than Tom ever could. But life, as it often does, had shifted. A degenerative illness took away her ability to walk, slowly at first, then all at once. It was cruel and quiet, just like winter in their small town. When the diagnosis came, Tom didn't say much. He just held her hand. And the next day, he built a ramp to the front porch. Then he cleared the path to the road. And when the town bus stop got moved across the river due to construction, without notice or consideration, Tom didn't complain. He simply adjusted. There was a shallow stretch of river near their home, barely waist deep, with stepping stones if you were nimble. Tom wasn't nimble. He was 63, with a bad knee and a back that ached if he stood too long. But every morning, without fail, he carried Mary across that freezing water just so she could get to the other side and ride the bus to her doctor's appointment, her support group, her occasional visit to the town library. The neighbors started to notice. A few offered help, rides, suggestions, but Tom always smiled politely and declined. It wasn't that he didn't appreciate it. He just didn't want to miss those moments. One morning, a young man who had just moved to town watched them from a distance. As Tom gently set Mary down on the bench by the bus stop, the man approached him and asked him, "Sir, if you don't mind me asking, doesn't it wear you out? I mean, carrying her across every day in this cold?" Tom looked at him and chuckled, wiping his brow with a soft old handkerchief. "Son, this isn't a burden. This is love." He said it without fanfare. No performance, no applause needed. Just truth. Because love, the real kind, the kind that holds on when things get heavy, when life gets cold, isn't about grand gestures or poetic promises. It's about what you do every single day. It's about lacing up your boots and stepping into the river. It's about showing up when no one's watching. Tom never posted a photo. He never told anyone what he did. In fact, he would have rather no one noticed. But Mary noticed. Every time he bent down and said, "Ready, sweetheart?" her eyes lit up like they used to when they were young. And when he picked her up, she didn't feel weak or broken. She felt loved. That was the magic. It wasn't just about getting her to the bus. It was about reminding her day after day that she was still cherished, still worth the effort, still the girl he fell in love with all those years ago at the county fair. And for Tom, carrying her wasn't just routine. It was a daily prayer, a promise made flesh, a quiet ritual that whispered, "We're still in this together." Years passed. The river changed with the seasons, ice in January, mud in April, soft moss in June, but the rhythm stayed the same. Boots, blanket, arms around shoulders, heart beating steady. Eventually, a reporter from a nearby city caught wind of the story. It made local news, then national. People were moved. Some cried, some sent letters, a few even visited the town just to see the couple. Tom, of course, remained humble. When asked how he kept doing it for so long, he simply said, "She would have done the same for me. She probably still would, if she could." And Mary? She just smiled, held his hand, and when no one was listening, she whispered, "You've been my strength every step of the way." They weren't rich, they weren't famous, but they had something that the world needs more of, a quiet kind of love, built not on what's easy, but what's real. A love that doesn't ask for recognition. A love that shows up, carries weight, and walks across rivers every day just because it matters.